Hello Trinity fams and welcome back to the Trinity Online channel. Now, if today's guide actually helps you out, please subscribe to the channel to help me grow it and also give this video a thumbs up like. Be sure to visit my website where I have all the guides for you from passive AFK income all the way to PvE and sailing guides as well. Now, for today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys what happens when you die in BDO, alright? Whether it is from a positive karma, negative karma, and whether you're dying from PvE and PvP. This info is based on my research and I hope it is accurate and up to date, and I would like to share it with you guys. Okay, I'll also explain what karma is and give you a very big tip at the back of this video. Alright, at the end of this video, be sure to stay tuned to it. I will share with you one huge tip that will prevent you from major losses. Alright, so the first thing first that we need to understand in BDO is that there is a karma system. So you press P on your keyboard and you will see over here this is karma. Alright, don't be confused with naval fame. This is another thing for sailing. So for karma, basically when you first create a character, it's actually very low. Okay, and it can get negative if you go into player versus player, which is PvP. Now, as you kill monsters, this karma value will increase to a max of 300,000. So this is karma. Okay, what we are talking about here later on in this guide. Now, I want to show you guys a so-called write-up on the screen here. If you have positive karma, that means not negative, your name is not red color, this is scenario 1. Okay, positive karma, if you die from battling other players, you lose nothing. Alright, period. That's it. You lose nothing if it's a PvP death. Okay, now, what about monsters? If you die from monsters on a positive karma state, there is a possible chance, which is nowadays very high, I'm not sure why, it's almost there, that you will lose crystals. Okay, what do I mean by crystals? Crystals are these items that get slotted. Okay, you can actually slot it to your character presets. So you have all these crystals over here. If you're wondering how to use all this crystal, you can check out my previous guide. I have it, which is the crystal setup and preset guide, so you can check that out. So if you were to die from monsters, there is a possible high chance of losing the crystal, and you also lose 1 to 2% EXP. Okay, so there are ways to prevent the loss of EXP. Example, if you have items like this, which you should put in your family inventory. Okay, so using this item will instantly restore any combat EXP lost from death. Okay, Elion's Blessing. So there are a few kinds like Elion's Tears as well. The major difference is when you revive, the number of HP you have from 20% to this one, which is 100%. Okay, so this all depends on what you have. So this can help you avoid a little bit of EXP loss. Now, your gear doesn't downgrade, so don't worry, there's no downgrading of gear when you have positive karma. So you're pretty safe when it comes to positive karma states. Then just note that even in World Boss, you will lose crystal. Okay, especially in World Boss, the losing of crystal is very high. So I just want you to take note of that. Now let us move on to negative karma. Negative karma is again where this value, this karma value becomes negative. Okay, minus something, and it will give you a red name for sure. Your name will turn into a red color. And I'm going to talk about PvE first, okay, which is against monsters. Against monsters, if you die, you will lose crystal for sure. You will lose EXP as well. And here's the thing. If you have 5 or less, okay, 5 or less crystals in your preset, your gear can, or almost I would say, downgrade. Okay, so take note, if you die from monsters being a red name negative karma player, you lose crystal, you lose EXP. If you have 5 or less crystal in your preset, your gears may and most probably will downgrade. Now let us go to PvP, which is versus another player. If you're in, again, negative karma, red name, and you die from players, you will lose crystal, you will lose EXP, but your gear will not downgrade. Okay, so that's the good part about PvP where your gear doesn't downgrade. Otherwise, it is really very punishing with the frustration, etc. However, I want you guys to take note of one thing. If you're grinding in the desert, avoid PvP if you're raid name, because if you're raid name with negative karma and you die from PvP, your character is sent to jail instantly. Your playtime is restricted and you can't play until your jail time is over. But so far, okay, if you get sent to jail in the desert, there is no loss of crystals, gear downgrade, nothing. Okay, you don't lose anything, but you just lose playtime all the way through. For how long is the playtime, I'm not sure. I haven't been jailed in that way before, so most probably those who have that experience, you can share it with us, or if you're aware of it, you can comment in the comment section. Now here comes the big tip, guys. If you are actually setting up your presets for a character, let's say for example, if you're using this character for bossing as a sub character, probably the character is pretty weak because sub characters will not be as strong as your main character. And if you to summon Black Spirit, okay, I will recommend that you click Transfusion, and then you can go for a preset, which is for example preset 5. Go and buy very cheap crystals, slot it fully, okay, slot it fully, because remember, when you go to monsters like world bosses and you die, okay, there is a chance of losing a lot of crystals, and especially if you are negative karma, if you don't have all these crystals to block, okay, you have 5 or less, your gear will downgrade. So this is one trick that I want to share with you guys for PvPers. But for PvE players, okay, for PvE players who are going world boss, now you want to still do the same thing, okay, it's not about the gear downgrade, you want to do the same crystal, is because you don't want your sub character at world boss to be using your main crystals like all this, okay. If you die from a world boss with your main crystals being applied, okay, you're literally calling for boss break my crystal. That's what you are actually telling the world boss to do, and world boss literally will take out half your HP to maybe 80% of your HP on a critical hit, and you don't want to risk that. So for all the characters you're going for world bosses, remember to use a lousy preset, but just fill it up with all the lousy crystals, okay. They are very cheap, just go and buy them up and then just fill it up. So this, you can have set 5 as a lousy crystals for all these world bosses and stuff, to prevent any form of perhaps PvP during world bosses and end up having to lose a gear or whatever. So okay, things may happen sometimes, you don't know what's going on, so better to be safe than sorry. So my advice to all PvPers or PvE world boss players is slot everything here with a cheap useless crystal, apply it by clicking the apply button when you go to world boss with that character, and prevent losing precious main crystals like this, okay. So yep, that's pretty much my tip, and I believe Black Spirit will agree with me on this. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, check out my guides on my website for more, hit the like button, and maybe just comment to let me know that you have liked and subscribed. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video next week. So yep, that's all. Take good care of yourself. For anyone that is celebrating Chinese New Year, I wish you a prosperous New Year ahead, and be in good health always to everyone out there. Bye bye.